You survived the trauma years ago. You did the therapy. You were holding up somewhat. Then perimenopause arrived, and suddenly you're having flashbacks in the middle of the grocery store, waking up from nightmares, experiencing panic attacks while driving on the highway, and feeling like your sanity is slipping away. No one warned you about the changes that occur in midlife. The hormonal fluctuations of perimenopause can intensify PTSD symptoms, even if you've been stable for years. Changes in hormones can make past trauma feel more intense and harder to manage. Interestingly, research shows that combining conventional treatments with specific integrative approaches can significantly reduce the symptoms. Hi, I'm Dr. Air, an integrative psychiatrist and lifestyle physician. First, let's clarify what PTSD actually looks like because it's often misunderstood. PTSD isn't just for combat veterans. It affects about 13 million Americans per year, with women being twice as likely to develop it as men. The four main categories of PTSD symptoms include 1. Re-experiencing symptoms, flashbacks, nightmares, and intrusive memories that make you feel like you're reliving the trauma. 2. Avoidance behaviors, steering clear of people, places, or situations that remind you of the trauma. 3. Negative changes in thoughts and mood. Persistent negative beliefs about yourself, emotional numbness, detachment from others, and inability to experience positive emotions. 4. Hyperarousal symptoms, being easily startled, feeling tense or on edge, difficulty sleeping, angry outbursts, and problems concentrating. One patient described it perfectly. It's like living with one foot in the past and one in the present. But here's what makes perimenopause unique. Many women report that symptoms they haven't experienced in years suddenly return with a vengeance. So why does this happen? The answer lies in the complex relationship between your hormones and your brain's fear response system. Estrogen isn't just about reproduction. It's a powerful neuromodulator that helps regulate your stress response. It influences serotonin, dopamine, and GABA neurotransmitters, crucial for maintaining mood stability and processing fear. During perimenopause, estrogen doesn't just decline. It fluctuates wildly, sometimes dropping significantly in a single day. These dramatic swings destabilize the brain's delicate chemistry. Research from the Journal of Psychiatric Research shows that when estrogen drops, your HPA axis, hypothalamic pituitary adrenal axis, the command center for your stress response, becomes hypersensitive. This means that triggers that you could previously manage now set off a full-blown stress cascade. But there's more to this story, and I'll reveal a groundbreaking discovery about inflammation and PTSD in just a moment. Let's talk about conventional treatments for PTSD, which form the essential foundation of care. Psychotherapy approaches with strong evidence include 1. Trauma-focused cognitive behavioral therapy, TFCBT. This helps you identify and challenge unhelpful thought patterns related to your trauma. 2. Eye movement desensitization and reprocessing, EMDR. This powerful therapy uses bilateral stimulation, usually eye movement, while you briefly focus on traumatic memories. Studies show it can significantly reduce PTSD symptoms in 84% of single trauma victims after just 3 90-minute sessions. 3. Prolonged exposure therapy. This helps you gradually face trauma-related memories, feelings, and situations you've been avoiding. Medication options with FDA approval include 1. SSRIs like sertraline, Zoloft, and paroxetine Paxil help regulate serotonin and help with PTSD symptoms. 2. SNRIs like venlafaxine, Effexor. 3. Prazosin for trauma-related nightmares. These conventional approaches are crucial and work well for many people. But here's where things get interesting and where I'll share the inflammation discovery I promised. During perimenopause, 3 critical changes occur. First, fluctuating estrogen disrupts your brain's neurotransmitter balance, particularly serotonin and GABA, making you more vulnerable to anxiety and flashbacks. Second, and this is that groundbreaking discovery, perimenopause triggers increased inflammation throughout your body. A study found that inflammation can actually reactivate dormant trauma pathways in the brain. So when inflammation increases, it may reactivate stress circuits, making old trauma feel more raw or intense. Your body is creating a biological environment that allows old traumas to resurface. Third, perimenopause disrupts sleep architecture. This makes it harder to fall and stay asleep, with more awakenings and lighter sleep. REM sleep is also affected, and quality sleep is precisely what your brain needs to process and heal from trauma. One patient told me, "I've been in therapy for years, but suddenly it felt like all that work went out the window. My therapist kept saying to use my coping skills, but they weren't working anymore. I felt like I was failing." She wasn't failing. Her biology was changing. The integrated approach is where the magic happens. By combining conventional treatments with targeted integrative approaches, we can address both the psychological and biological aspects of PTSD during perimenopause. Before I share my comprehensive protocol, I invite you to download my free guide, 7 Practical Strategies to Manage Anxiety, Stress, Insomnia, and Brain Fog. It includes additional strategies that I cannot cover in this video. The link is in the description below. Now let's discuss the integrated approach. So continue with evidence-based psychotherapy like EMDR or CBT, but inform your therapist about the perimenopausal status. They may need to adapt techniques to account for your changing hormonal environment. If you're on medication, work with your psychiatrist to potentially adjust dosages, as hormonal fluctuations can affect how medications work for you. Step 1. Target inflammation. This is where we add specific evidence-based supplements. 1. Omega-3 fatty acids. Research shows that EPA, a type of omega-3, at doses of 1 to 2 grams daily can reduce inflammation and improve some PTSD symptoms. Omega-3s help regulate the stress response and support neuroplasticity, your brain's ability to form new, healthier response patterns. 2. N-acetylcysteine, NAC. This powerful antioxidant has shown remarkable results for PTSD. A double-blind, placebo-controlled study found that NAC at 2,400 milligrams daily for 8 weeks significantly reduced PTSD symptoms in U.S. veterans with PTSD. It achieves this by targeting glutamate, a neurotransmitter involved in the fear response. NAC also reduces inflammation and supports your body's natural detoxification processes. Step 2. Restore sleep architecture. Without addressing sleep, other interventions won't be as effective. The approach includes temperature regulation. Keeping your bedroom at 65 to 68 degrees Fahrenheit improves deep sleep. Light hygiene. Avoiding blue light 2 hours before bed increases melatonin production. Magnesium glycinate, 300 to 400 milligrams before bed. This acts as nature's tranquilizer, improving sleep quality. Step 3. Reset your nervous system. This is where we integrate powerful mind-body approaches to calm and rebalance your system. Trauma-informed breath work, such as the 4-7-8 breathing technique, can activate your vagus nerve and shift you out of the fight or flight mode within minutes. By slowing your breath and focusing on a gentle rhythm, you send a signal of safety to your brain and body, helping you feel more grounded. We also incorporate specific movement patterns that research shows can help release trauma stored in the body. Tension and release exercises, trauma-sensitive yoga, and rhythmic movement are especially effective. These practices not only reduce hypervigilance, but also improve emotional regulation, allowing you to reconnect with a sense of safety and ease. Let me share a success story that illustrates this approach. Maria, 47, had experienced childhood trauma and had been stable for years with therapy and medication. During the menopause transition, her symptoms returned with a vengeance: flashbacks, panic attacks, nightmares, and emotional numbness. We maintained her conventional treatment, EMDR therapy, and an SSRI while adding omega-3s 2 grams daily, NAC 1,200 milligrams twice daily, magnesium glycinate 400 milligrams before bed, regular breathing exercises using the box breathing method, and yoga twice weekly. Within 6 weeks, her nightmares decreased significantly, her daytime flashbacks became rare, and she reported feeling back in control of her mind and body. The key was not abandoning conventional treatment, but enhancing it with targeted biological support. Here's what I see most often going wrong. 1. Treating only the psychological aspect while ignoring the biological changes of perimenopause. 2. Treating only the hormonal aspects while ignoring the psychological impact of trauma. 3. Expecting the same coping strategies that worked before perimenopause to work the same way now. Remember, this isn't just about managing symptoms. It's about creating an internal environment where healing can occur. For more insight on using natural treatments to improve your mental health, check out the next video.